Imagine discovering a set of rules from ancient Rome that still shapes our world today. That's the story of the Justinian Code, a legal time capsule that survived centuries of chaos, wars, and the fall of empires. A forgotten copy of the Digest, part of this code, was rediscovered in an Italian library around 1070, nearly 500 years after it was written. This single book revolutionized European law, providing a logical, detailed framework that became the foundation for modern legal systems. The laws that govern property, contracts, and justice in many countries can trace their roots directly to this code. It's proof that powerful ideas about fairness and order can endure for centuries. So how did one emperor's legal project become one of the most influential documents in history? Let's travel back to the Byzantine Empire and find out. To truly understand the Justinian Code, we first need to meet its remarkable creator, Emperor Justinian I, a figure whose vision would shape not only his own empire, but the future of law itself. Born into a modest peasant family in the Balkans, Justinian's early life was far from royal. His fortunes changed thanks to his ambitious uncle, Justin, who rose through the ranks of the imperial guard and eventually became emperor himself. Justin brought young Justinian to the bustling city of Constantinople, where he received an elite education in law, theology, and administration, preparing him for a destiny no one could have predicted. In 527, Justinian ascended the throne. He dreamed of restoring the lost glory of Rome, not just through military conquest or grand architecture, but by building a lasting legacy through law and order. At the time, the empire's legal system was a tangled web of outdated, contradictory, and confusing laws. Justinian believed that clear, organized laws were the true foundation of a strong, unified society. He envisioned one empire united under one religion and governed by one set of laws, an ambitious goal that would require immense effort and determination. Justinian set out to gather, sort, and unify nearly 1,000 years of Roman laws, customs, and legal opinions into a single, authoritative code that everyone could understand and follow. This was more than just tidying up paperwork. It was about creating a sense of justice and stability for every citizen, from the humblest peasant to the wealthiest noble. To accomplish this monumental task, Justinian assembled a team of the empire's top legal minds, brilliant scholars, judges, and advisors who worked tirelessly to bring his vision to life. His vision was clear: to create a legal system that would not only outlast his own reign, but also shape the world for centuries to come. And that's exactly what happened. The Justinian Code became a foundation for legal systems across Europe and beyond, echoing through history to this very day. Imagine playing a game with 1,000 conflicting rulebooks. That was law in the Eastern Roman Empire before Justinian. Centuries of laws piled up, full of contradictions and confusion. Judges and lawyers struggled to find the right rules, making justice slow, expensive, and unpredictable. The wealthy could exploit the chaos, while ordinary people were left behind. This legal mess weakened the empire's economy and social order. Justinian saw the need for a single, clear, and fair legal system. His goal: eliminate outdated laws, resolve contradictions, and create a code that applied to everyone. It was an ambitious plan to bring certainty and fairness to the empire. Justinian couldn't do this alone. He needed a legal dream team, led by the brilliant Tribonian. In 528, Tribonian and 16 scholars began sorting through centuries of imperial decrees, editing and organizing them into a coherent whole. Their first achievement was the Codex Constitutionum, a collection of valid imperial laws. Next, they tackled the writings of ancient jurists, extracting key principles from thousands of books and millions of lines of text. This became the Digest, a massive encyclopedia of legal wisdom. They also created the Institutes, a textbook for new lawyers, and the Novels, a collection of Justinian's new laws. The result: the Corpus Juris Civilis, or body of civil law, a unified logical legal system. This was a monumental intellectual feat, shaping law for generations. Justinian's team worked with speed and precision, rewriting the legal DNA of the empire. Their work would echo through history. The Corpus Juris Civilis was made up of 4 key parts. First, the Codex, the official collection of imperial laws, organized for easy reference. Second, the Digest, a 50-volume compilation of the greatest Roman legal thinkers, offering deep insights into legal reasoning. Third, the Institutes, a clear, systematic textbook for students and new lawyers, laying out the basics of Roman law. Finally, the novels New Laws issued by Justinian after the Codex, adapting the system to changing times. Together, these 4 books formed a complete, unified legal code. They covered everything from contracts and property to family law and justice. The Digest, in particular, became a model for legal reasoning and argument. The Institutes ensured future generations could learn and apply the law. This structure became the blueprint for legal systems worldwide. With the Corpus Juris Civilis, law in the Byzantine Empire became predictable and fair. For the first time, people could look to a single, unified code to understand their rights and obligations, rather than relying on confusing local customs or the whims of powerful officials. Judges across the empire now used the same rules, reducing corruption and local bias. This consistency meant that justice was not just for the wealthy or well-connected, but for everyone, regardless of their background or status. Ordinary people saw real changes. Clear rules for marriage, inheritance, and property made life more stable. Families could plan for the future, knowing that the law would protect their agreements and resolve disputes fairly. The code protected the rights of women and children and clarified responsibilities in everyday disputes, like what happens if your neighbor's goat eats your vegetables. Even small conflicts had clear solutions, reducing tension in communities. For merchants, the code's contract laws made business safer and more reliable, boosting trade and economic growth. Traders could trust that deals would be honored and that the courts would enforce agreements fairly. The code also introduced key legal concepts: the distinction between public and private law, and the idea that justice means giving each person their due. These ideas encouraged debate and learning, shaping how people thought about fairness. These principles became the foundation of Western legal thought, influencing scholars and lawmakers for centuries to come. The code wasn't just a rule book, it was a philosophy of fairness and order. It inspired people to see law as a tool for justice, not just control. It shaped daily life, from the marketplace to the family home, touching every aspect of society and helping communities thrive. Justice became more than luck, it became a right. People could expect fairness and trust that the law would stand by them. The empire was transformed by the power of clear written law, setting a standard that would echo through history and shape the world we know today. After Justinian's death, his code faded in the West, until a copy of the Digest was rediscovered in Pisa around 1070. This remarkable find would change the course of legal history, breathing new life into ancient Roman law and setting the stage for a transformation that would echo through the centuries. This sparked a legal revolution. Suddenly, scholars and jurists across Europe were eager to study the wisdom of the ancients, and the old Roman text became the foundation for a new era of legal thought. Scholars at the University of Bologna, the first great law school of the Middle Ages, pored over the code, wrote detailed commentaries, and taught students from across Europe. Their work revived the study of law as a respected discipline and created a network of legal minds that would shape the continent's future. Roman law became the backbone of European legal education and government, influencing the way justice was understood and administered in courts and councils. Advisors trained in Justinian's Code helped centralize and modernize kingdoms across the continent, guiding rulers with principles of fairness, order, and rational governance. The Catholic Church adopted many Roman law principles into canon law, unifying legal thought across Christendom and providing a common legal framework for both spiritual and secular matters. The revived Roman law, known as the Ius Commune, became the common legal language of Europe, allowing lawyers and judges from different regions to communicate and collaborate. It bridged cultures and traditions, creating a shared legal heritage that transcended borders. When Napoleon created the French Civil Code, he borrowed heavily from Justinian's structure and ideas, adapting them for a new age and spreading them far beyond France. The Napoleonic Code spread worldwide, influencing legal systems in Latin America, the Middle East, and even Louisiana. Its impact can still be seen in the laws of dozens of countries today. Justinian's legal wave washed over the globe, shaping modern law and inspiring generations of lawmakers, judges, and citizens. The ancient code became a living force in the modern world, its principles continuing to guide justice, order, and the rule of law in societies everywhere. Today, most countries use either common law or civil law systems. Civil law, found in Europe, Latin America, and much of Asia and Africa, is based on comprehensive written codes, descendants of Justinian's work. If you live in France, Germany, Japan, or Brazil, your legal system is built on the Justinian model. Even in common law countries like the US, Roman law concepts and Latin terms remain part of legal language and thinking. Ideas like innocent until proven guilty and written constitutions echo Justinian's vision. The code's influence is everywhere, from contract disputes to property rights. Justinian's determination to organize and clarify law changed billions of lives. His code is not just history, it's part of our daily reality. Law and science, both are about discovering the rules that shape our world. The story of Justinian's Code shows how big ideas can last for centuries. It's a bridge from ancient Rome to our modern world, built by people who believed in fairness and order. The journey of the Corpus Juris Civilis, from creation to rediscovery to global influence, is a testament to the power of knowledge. Law isn't just old books, it's a living system, always evolving. Next time you see a courthouse or sign a contract, remember the deep history behind those rules. Stay curious. Explore the connections between past and present. The adventure of learning never ends, and the laws that shape our lives are waiting to be discovered. Keep exploring,